So one last question for me.
Why are you up here? You're not in the show. You don't even have a microphone. Why did you invite him here?
My ass is in the show.
That's fucking pathetic.
Oh yeah, did anybody see Will's ass in the last episode?
Yeah.
Can we see Will's ass right now?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh wait, well we're on the topic of Will's ass.
All right, let's throw this back over to Adam before I fuck everything up.
I did this like but when we shot Hatchet 3, we shot the whole thing in a swamp. And there's these things called chiggers, which maybe you guys know what they are.
Yeah,
I can't stop talking.
I can't believe you just used that word.
Chiggers.
Oh, God. All this Trayvon Martin stuff is screwing me. Am I the only person that's hoping the royal baby is born dead? I mean, am I the only one?
So a chigger is a bug that crawls into your skin and then lays eggs. And then eventually it's like aliens where it will open and all these bugs will come crawling out of you.
It's gross.
It's awful. And so at one point on Hatchet 3, I had 48 chigger bites from the waist down. And this is in Louisiana, 100 degrees, like, and you're still wearing like thermals and then lawn pants, everything to try to keep these things out, and you just can't. And the way to kill them is to put nail polish remover on it, and it basically just suffocates it so they won't. Anyway, everyone had them. Will got one.
Give me the mic. Give me the mic.
Thanks. Oh, this mic is wet.
I don't need a mic anyway. I'm loud as fuck.
So anyway, so we get back from shooting Hatchet 3, we pull into the hotel parking lot, and so I'm like really suffering because these things are really itchy and they're really nasty. So Sarah Albert, one of our producers on the movie, she's like, well, Will, you know how you do it? You put nail polish on them and it suffocates them and they go away. I'm like, oh, awesome. So I like lean over the back of the car like this.
Wait, you didn't say where it was yet.
Oh, we're at the hotel. Oh, where I got the chiggers?
Yes.
All right, so there's this place in your
inside
ass
his asshole.
where there's a crack there.
And I'm not talking about ass.
Come on, man. All right, we get it. So I'm desperate to get rid of these things, as you can probably imagine. Incredibly desperate. And so Sarah says she's going to take care of them. So we go to the hotel parking garage or whatever, and I'm like, please help me out. So I pull down my pants. And so she gets down on one knee and starts like dabbing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. And I'm like, okay, pull my pants back up. We walk into the lobby. Little do we know that standing at the podium at the front, there are 5 black and white monitors that are watching the car that I was leaning on. And there's a doorman guy standing right next to him going, oh no. So that's my story for Hatchet 3, and thanks for bringing it up, Adam. It still hurts.
You are fucking funny.
So what are the biggest differences between shooting a TV show and a movie?
Well, I mean, let's see. There's a lot.
Who the fuck are you?
I mean, with the TV show.
I mean, I just keep hearing this voice from over here. It's like, what? Fall asleep.
A TV show, especially a sitcom, is a lot like a play. It's a lot like doing theater. So we rehearse for a good 3 months. And so on a movie, sometimes you'll shoot 3 pages a day. Really ambitious, maybe 5 pages a day. We would shoot 30 pages a day on this because we have 3 cameras going, we have an audience, and you just go. And what's really cool is that you get the instant gratification of hearing people laugh or knowing if you've done the joke 3 times and they're not laughing, like I have to come up with a better joke, which I think that happened once.
Which you probably should.
Maybe more. But that's definitely a big difference. But just the aesthetic of it in terms of making it look like a sitcom. And like, for instance, on a sitcom, you don't see like creative shots really. It's wide, medium, close. Even like dirty shots, which means if I was going to shoot Derek, normally in a feature, if we're having a conversation, you'd want to include a little bit of me over the shoulder. But in a sitcom, you don't do that. So that part's different. But really, in performance-wise, it's like a heightened reality. You're not really going for realism.
Movies are longer.
And there's that.
Oh shit, I want an Oderus app. I want to fucking just a random Oderus app. Just fucking hit little buttons with just random sayings. Crazy 8-ball, you hit a button.
8-ball. Chiggers with attitude. movies. What? I don't know.
So
No one's asking me a question. Just keep talking at him.
Derek is a guest star, so he gets to
Why is Officer Dummy?
come in and do his thing and go. What's different for you about that in terms of?
I don't get the 3-month rehearsal. You get the, hey, idiot, get your lines right, let's shoot this.
You are fucking torn up from the floor up.
I love sassy Oderus. It's fantastic.
You know how much
They
fun
started
it is to
bringing me
write?
beers at the table like 3 hours ago.
I want to be on set when you do your
What do
stuff.
you do around here? Okay, great. Want the mic back?
All right.
Got another ass story? Sorry, Adam.
These guys are very fan-friendly. They do live chats when the show comes on. So I want to turn it over to you guys, Holliston Nation.
Whoa!
You guys take over the Q&A. What are your questions? I'm going to turn it over to JC, who's going to come to you and ask who.
Yeah, please ask questions. That's what we're here. We want to talk to you guys.
Adam, can we ask them questions? You
That'd be amazing.
What the hell do you do for a living?
Nothing. I'm on disability, man. It's
I
awesome.
think, oh, really?
Yes!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Brain tumor?
What kind of drugs do you get?
None.
That's
Oh,
fucked.
wait, no. Well, we.
All right, next question.
All right. All right, Michael, thank you, by the way. All right, who got a question? Pat McGee over here. All right.
So where did the idea for Victor Crowley come from?
Yo, this is a Holliston chat. You want him to talk all day? Okay, great.
The really quick version, I was 8 years old at summer camp. It was the worst camp ever. It was called Camp Voda. And I thought summer camp was going to be touching boobs and playing sports. And instead, they had me cleaning toilets and scrubbing floors. On the tour for Hatchet One doing festivals, when I told this story, somebody in the audience said, "Do you speak Hebrew?" I said, "No, I don't," even though my mom was a Hebrew school teacher. And they said, "Well, the word avoda means work." So my parents fucking sent me to camp work. Yeah.
Were there bars there?
But you would
Like, it sounds like jail. That's horrible.
But you would think a Jewish family, if anything, wouldn't send somebody to a fucking concentration camp. So, while I was there, they said, stay
There is a
away.
historical precedent for it.
While we were there, the counselor said, stay away from this one cabin or else Hatchet Face will get you. And all the kids were like, oh no, that's it. But I was already into this shit, so I was like, awesome, what's he gonna do? Who is he? And they didn't have anything else to their story. So that night, I made up the rest of it, about the deformed boy in the swamp and the father trying to cut through the door and stuff. If you watch the Hatchet 1 DVD or Blu-ray, there's a special feature that tells the entire story of the genesis of Victor Crowley.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you.
Is there ever going to be an episode where you imagine the rest of Guar?
Well, we did
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I don't know if you want that so much. They're assholes.
Well, we did in the season finale of episode 1. I walked into my closet to go get something and wound up on stage in my underwear at a Guar show. Which shooting that was
You missed that one.
I missed that.
it's shooting it. You write it down and you're like. And then I walk down on stage in my underwear, and then you have to actually do it. And like as I'm standing there and I'm looking at the crowd and I'm like, oh man, I gotta do this. And most of them are just like, who the fuck was that guy? So that did happen. But there is a storyline coming up, season 3 into season 4, where we do get a little bit more into Oderus's origins, which I don't want to spoil that. But
He's making everything up. He's pretty much, I've just given him license to say whatever he wants about Guar. He's got me doing all kinds. I mean, I would never be hanging out in a closet with some loser like him, eating Skittles. I wouldn't, except for the money. That's the only reason I do this show. The money.
We got one right here.
This question's for Oderus.
Oh, yes.
Not only are you the father of the entire human race and
You've been drinking all day.
Lord of Death, but you have done many appearances on Fox News.
Yes.
Now, how did you become such an authority on American society and world news, and how did you get on TV?
Well-
Talking about it.
I'll tell you that in my own way. Where are you going? All right. Please come back, you cunt bitch. I mean, I guess it's because I've been a cultural icon for almost 28 and a half years. And along the way, being the creator of the human race by having sex with apes, which I don't know if you guys know that or not. But I've kind of been studying up on you guys a bit, and you guys are fucked. And I enjoy that. It's like an ant farm, always fighting. And they put me on Fox News. And I liked it. And Coulter was there. Then Adam called me. Next step is oblivion. Thank you.
I didn't understand any of that.
Holy shit, that was a long journey. Wait, Oderus, if you could be in another band, like say you were forced to be in another band, if you had to choose any band to be like the lead singer of, like what would you be? What band would that be?
I would, I don't know. I would resurrect the Mentors, I think. Because El Duce was a poet and a misunderstood genius. And Courtney Love did not have him killed. He was run over by a train when he stopped to retrieve a fallen 40. I know Schlepper knows what I'm talking about right there.
That's fantastic.
So I don't know. What would you do?
I'm not in the band.
You should be. It's fun. You get lots of pussy.
Same question to Will, but if you could have any other bug in your butt, what bug would it be?
I don't know. Volkswagen? No, that's bad.
I think you could fit a Volkswagen.
Now I could probably drive one in now that all that happened.
Sorry, is there another
This is fun.
Yes, sir.
First off, from a fan perspective, I'm sure. Whoa!
My question is easy.
Oh, Eric brought the fun machine.
First off,
Spit it out.
the accolades, thank you very much. From a horror perspective, thank you for putting a show like this. It's just awesome to actually watch this and see it play out. The show is absolute tits. I know I told you, Adam. Mega tits. Thank you very, 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 very much.
You just insult us?
Tits are good, balls are bad.
Yeah, balls are bad, tits are good.
I'll kill it if you want.
Okay, two questions. First off, how many more seasons do we have for sure? And do you guys have an end in sight? And then the other one is with Daniel Harris, for those of us that have that dream. Did you sport wood? When you had that scene with him, did you sport wood? Come on! I'm married just like you, but I would have done it.
Okay, let's see. For the first part of the question, as far creatively, there's at least another 5 or 6 seasons already planned out. But the thing about TV, and this is the hard thing, is that like you never know. The executives could get switched up. FearNet could be, like merged with another network. I don't know. As of right now, the phone calls have started about a season 3 because the show's doing phenomenal, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to happen yet, so I don't know. The good thing is, right now, Corey English, my co-star, she just had a baby 10 days ago. And so she's already like, give me like a month and I'm ready to come back, but we really want her to have time and be a mom. And I'm shooting a movie called Digging Up the Marrow right now, and Joe is shooting Everly with Salma Hayek in Serbia. So we don't have time to do another season right now, and I promised my fans when this started that I would not stop making movies just because of the TV show. So I do have to focus on both. So if we do a 3rd season, the earliest we would even be shooting would be this coming winter or spring, because I also have to write all 600 pages. And then it would air probably the fall. But as of right now, there is still not an official order for a 3rd season, and we probably won't hear until about Halloween, which is usually the way it works for TV. It was extraordinary that we got to pick up that fast on season 1, but we're their only show. So if FearNet doesn't do Holliston, it'll probably be because they fold as a...
They're fucked!
Yeah. I know they definitely want to, and I mean, the fan support has just been amazing. As far as the Danielle question goes,
did you get wood?
I'm trying to think if I can be funny about this or I should be serious. But okay, serious. Well, the honest truth for all, whenever you've had to do, are there any actors in here who've had to do sex scenes and stuff? It is the most unsexy thing ever, and it's so hard to understand because I just remember when I was a kid watching it and being like, oh man, they're all naked and he got to do that, and that's. it's so gross at the time. You're sweating. You have 100 people standing there over you. You have to turn your head a certain way. You have to do that part of it's like really hard. And now for me and Danielle, she's been one of my closest friends for like 7 years. She's like my little sister. Like my middle name is Harris. Like we've just always been like E.T. and Elliot too, because like she'll get like a headache and my head hurts. So we've been friends for so long that there's just nothing really sexual about it. But while I'm being honest here, she was complaining to me one day. She might fucking kill me for telling this story. She was complaining to me that when she shot her scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween, that she was like, and I'm naked, grinding this dude, completely naked, and he never got hard. And I was like, well, he's a professional and he's doing his job. And she was like, no, because that means either he's repulsed by me or he wasn't really in the moment at all. And I'm like, that's not really fair, blah, blah, blah. And then she pulls me aside and goes, you better get it up when we do this. So, when we start to shoot the scene, she's like, I'm gonna get you, and I'm wearing tight thing. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. I'm like, it's just not. And she was trying everything to make that happen. And it didn't. But there's a scene that's cut from the episode where she did something unexpected, where she's taking money from me. I'm talking about buying the new Freddy Krueger sideshow toy or something. And she says, I like you a lot. We're gonna have a good time together. And then randomly just stuck her hand down and like full on grabbed me. It kind of happened.
And then it kind of did it.
But honestly, this is gonna sound made up, but like my wife, Arlia, who's
completely hot,
gorgeous. I have some kissing scenes with her later this season, and out of all of it, I was surprised that that's where it happened. But because I get that all the time, but it did.
That's really beautiful, Adam.
And even more often,
had nothing to do with me telling you to masturbate before the scene.
I may or may not have done that.
Who's next?
I'm surprised that nobody actually like a practical joke and like roofied you, like crushed up some Viagra before shooting and like gave it to you. That would have been amazing.
Oh my God.
Trying to explain that, like fucking.
Even harder though, if you've seen the Christmas specials, the sex scene between Corey and I, because we're like licking each other's stomachs and like doing that was. But again, like we're such good friends that it
looks so authentic though, so sensual.
Yeah.
Especially when she vomited in your mouth.
I got a question for Jared. I seen you Friday the 13th, and I saw you Thursday night at the Comedy Sports Improv.
Oh, thank you for coming out for that, brother. Thank you.
He's wicked funny.
Which is harder for you, to be the evil Jason, or try to come up with that stuff off the top of your head and be funny?
You know what? I was asked this the other night. For me, it's like an emotional keyboard. Like you want to play all the keys, whatever. For myself, it's all equal. I've been doing the improv since I was like 17, so it's kind of ingrained in me, and I'm comfortable with it. But also, being bigger and kind of scary throughout my life, I try in normal life not to scare people. But we all have that aggressive side. We have those keys that we play in all of us. And so playing a character like Jason, it's fun to kind of let the monster out of the cage and like not have to apologize about the things and throwing people around and punching them in the face. So both actually, they're pretty easy.
Yeah. Season 2 available on DVD?
Season 2 is not available on DVD yet because it's still airing. Episode 5 just aired on Tuesday, so there's still 5 more. I think the season finale is August 6th, so the DVD will probably come out by Christmas time, maybe before then. Where to see the show? If you don't get FearNet, the way it works is the show airs Tuesday nights at, 10 o'clock here. And then on Wednesday, it's on FearNet On Demand. So just because you don't have FearNet in your regular channel lineup, check your On Demand because you might have it there. And it's free and you can watch it there and On Demand. Then on Thursday, they post the episode on FearNet.com for 1 week. And then the next week, the new episode replaces it. So you can't watch it online. Now, if you're behind and you haven't seen the first 5 episodes yet, my suggestion would just be to wait. Because in a couple more weeks, the season will be on iTunes and Amazon, Hulu, and then DVD and Blu-ray and all that other stuff. So that's probably the better way to watch it. And there's a lot of fans that purposely wait. They don't want to watch it on TV because they want to be able to sit down and watch all of it straight through. So they want that.
Jesus Christ. I love you to death, Adam, but I love it. The question would be like, Adam, what's your favorite color? Back in the 1940s, a man by the name. Holy shit. I love it.
But does everybody understand how to see the show now?
But I don't. Could you please explain it again?
Okay.
But also, you're so well
What happens
spoken.
is Fearnet airs
Other thing, also, you're so well spoken, dude. Like you nail it. You sound like we're like fucking like dubstep, like. And you're like, oh, this is why you fuck. You're so smart.
I'm not trying to rip off Chris Rock here, but doesn't that piss people off when they say about like black people, he's so well spoken? I just saw some stuff in the Trayvon Martin thing. They're like, oh, his mother was so well spoken. What do you think? She's a gorilla or something? Like she doesn't know how to talk? She went to college.
You know where I learned that though was Hatchet 2 premiered in London, and here we go. This is very. I was 8 years old. No, in London. And afterwards, Alan Jones, who's a very famous UK critic, comes up to me, and I'm like, "What'd you think?" He's like, I don't know. You know, it was. You know, the goal was great, but my God, how many times do you have to explain that he's a fucking ghost and he comes back every night? And I'm like, well, and then this fan who's waiting goes, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. So, like, how does he keep coming back? Like, what is he, a ghost? And I go, see? So, you have to explain things. We're not all on the same page all the time. You know. Sorry,
I've run into that my whole career.
All right, we got one back here, buddy. Stand up on your chair for me, please. Get up on the chair.
This kid, I talked to this kid earlier. He's pretty sharp.
Yes, he is.
This question is for Oderus. If you could wear your cuttlefish and you can make anything come out of the end, what would it be?
Oh, child. First of all, they asked me to not wear it. They told me to leave my pee-pee at home and indeed cover my ass with pantaloons. I missed the second half of the question. I don't care. Adam, help.
Okay, back when I was 8.
That is a sharp kid. You might want to keep an eye on him.
I know, right?
So no chiggers coming out of the cottons. All right.
Was that it?
Oh, no, it's not good.
We have a,
I didn't.
Okay, so we have something special that we're going to end with here. But before we do that, we're going to be at our table afterwards. Oderus is going to be in the costume just for about like an hour.
A little while, so get your pictures quick.
Yes, get your pictures quick. If you have something